Imagine a bike which transforms riding on our clock city streets into an exhilarating experience. A bike which is so much fun and so easy to ride that it's just plain ridiculous. And then you don't really mind if it's only offered in neon orange. In fact, the way I see it, you wouldn't want it in any other color, especially when it looks like this. This is KTM's brand new street fighter, the Duke 200. And boy, does she have a mean streak. I was pulled over by the cops 3 times in the past 2 days when I was reviewing this bike, and not once were they interested in seeing the papers. That's the kind of impression the Duke makes on you. You look at it once and you have to look at it again, and by then you're already awestruck. The bike reeks of pure quality. It's a truly international product as far as the fit and finish or attention to detail is concerned. I mean, look at the LED taillights or the exhaust, the underbelly exhaust. The sexy trellis frame, the meaty inverted forks, the chiseled tank, they all give this bike a very brutish appeal. And then you have the multi-function cockpit, and it's nothing short of technical wizardry. It has so many features that I think I'll have to read through them. So, besides the usual stuff, the fuel gauge and the speedometer and tachometer, it also has a clock, an engine temperature bar graph. It tells you your average speed, your average fuel efficiency, your riding time in minutes, side stand warning, low oil pressure, low battery, high coolant temperature warning signal, and a whole lot more. The riding stance of this bike with the high-raised handlebars and the higher seating, it invokes more of a supermoto rider in you than the old school sports rider. The Duke 200 has very street-friendly ergos. By that I mean, the handlebar is high-raised, the foot pegs are lower set. Also the way the tank is sculpted, your knee locks in perfectly. And there's also a lot of room for the rider to move around on the bike. But as far as the comfort is concerned, it's not the best, because the seat on the KTM is very stiff, which means your butt starts hurting even on the smallest of city rides. And as for the pillion, well, unless you have a supermodel for a pillion, this will prove to be really small. The 200cc liquid-cooled engine of the Duke makes 25 PS of power and 19 Nm of torque. Now the weight of the bike is just 136 kgs, which means the Duke has the best in-class power-to-weight ratio of 184 PS per ton. Add to that the advanced injection electronics and the closed ratio of the 6-speed transmission. And finally, you start to make sense of the wicked propelling power of the Duke. It packs the punch of a true blue street fighter, and you have more than enough torque irrespective of what gear you are riding in. The 38mm throttle body provides excellent throttle response and smooth power delivery. The clutch is well weighted and progressive. And if you're impressed by the acceleration of this bike, wait till you hit the brakes. At the front you have 280mm disc and at the back a 231. But what really sets apart the braking of this bike are the steel braided lines which come as standard. And what this basically means is that you have a bike which has some really potent brakes, which are not only good when it comes to the bite, but they're also very progressive and the feedback is brilliant. Riding this bike makes you feel like a master surfer. The handling is so precise and so razor sharp, the bike just turns even before you think about it. Firstly, the bike is really light, it has a really short wheelbase, and the way it has been designed, all the weight has been clubbed together closer to the center of gravity of the machine, which really boosts the flickability of the bike. And that's the main reason why riding this bike in the city is such a blast. That also has to do with the super sticky rubber on this bike. At the front you have a 110 by 70 front, at the back you have a 150 by 60 radial tire, which offer excellent traction and stability. And for those of you who are into cornering, even you guys are in for a treat because the trellis frame on this bike provides exceptional feedback. That, compounded by the inverted forks and the directly linked monoshock suspension, they ensure that you are poised no matter where you are in a corner and also under really hard braking. All through this review, I've been trying to find flaws in the KTM Duke 200. And if you really look so hard, that kind of tells you how good the bike is. I mean, if you put a revolver on my head and ask me to find faults, then I'll say the tank is only 10.5 liters. The seating is really stiff, and of course the rear seat, or rather the lack of it. Also, I guess, yeah, the engine heats up a fair bit. But in all honesty, who are we kidding here? It's a fantastic bike. It's a fantastic machine. It's quick, it's agile, it's very easy to ride. It's a brilliant package. It's just pure, unadulterated fun. And if you're still not convinced, it's priced at just 1.17 lakhs. That's it. I rest my case there.